What's up, guys? It's been a long time since I recorded a video, and a lot has happened since then too. Let's see, I went to regionals and got top 4, won this mat with Tengu plants, but in this video I'm not going to do a profile of that because Lolcake, he spells it with I's instead of L's because I guess that name is already taken, but he already did a profile of the deck, essentially, and I could cover the combos, but that just turned into a standard plant deck with me explaining all the normal crap, so I'm not going to go into that. I am going to talk about one change I made in the deck before I do a profile of the main thing, and that is, instead of 2 Duality, I'm running Trigodia and Chaos Sorcerer. Sork is used in a ton of plant builds already, so it was kind of an obvious choice, and it's really helped the deck out. Pluses, all kinds of stuff. I need to pick up an Arcanite, so I'm actually trying to trade for one of those, but it's really helpful. And Trigodia, it's been alright, not terribly useful. I have stolen a couple useful things, discard Dandy to take a card trooper, that sort of thing. But, consensus on the card is that it's alright. It's nice to have a Gorz that will work when you have Call the Haunted up, so I'm still going to run it. It's better than Duality. Duality could have tended to be dead a lot, but the purpose of this video is to talk about a deck which I am working on. It's seen play in the OCG, it's done well at the recent YCS, and I really like it, and people don't really understand exactly how it works, so I'm going to explain it, and that is Tech Genus. Now, this is not the this isn't like synchro spamming, plant engine, all kinds of crap. The idea behind this deck is more control. So, before I go into it, I have a couple proxies, but I'll just show you and explain basically how the deck works. Start off with the TG engine. These guys are the center of the deck. They turn into 2000 beat sticks on your turn. They replace themselves when destroyed. Really, really great cards. Gotta love the TG's replacing effects. The next 3s are Werewolf. This is probably the worst TG, but you use it because it's also a beast which has synergy with the deck. And allows for synchro options. And the last one, it's a Warrior, but 3 Striker. I need to get the 3rd. It's a really good card. It acts like a Cyber Dragon, and then you can special it Special Werewolf, sync for level 5, or normal one of the level 4s in the deck, sync for a 9. It's mainly for synchroing, but it also is a TG, so it has that synergy too. And I'll get into why a bit later. So that's the TG engine. You don't run anything else. Then into more beasts that the deck runs. 3 Wanghu. I also get the 3rd one of these. This card is really, really good. You can't synchro summon while it's on the field, pretty much, unless you run like some random tuner like Rose Warrior or Revenge or something. Monarchs can't get tributes unless they econ it, and even then there's impossible to get the 2nd tribute. So this plus like Mask or Restrict against Frog Monarchs is pretty much game, unless they have Gorz, which would be bad. They have outs to a lot, but this card is just really good for killing all kinds of synchro based decks, and like Samurai can't Shien, all kinds of stuff. So it has synergy because it's a beast with the deck, which I'll explain a bit more later, but it's a very, very good card. The deck that ran it at the YCS ran 2, but actually I'm not sure if it ran 2. The OCG build I saw ran 2, but I really think 3 is a good idea. The next beast you run is 3 Fire Dog. Now, this is not a Flamvel deck. You're not running Rekindlings, Magicians, all kinds of stuff. You run 1 Magician, but no more than that. And the reason being is the main purpose in this deck is not for Fire Dog to run over and special something. It's nice when that happens, but the whole purpose behind the deck is just to beat down with high attack beast monsters, pretty much. And that's what Fire Dog does. I'll talk a bit more about this in a minute, but onto the spells. That's all you run for monsters, by the way. I'm trying to find room for effect failures. 2 duality. This deck isn't that based on special summoning. The only time you special a lot are striker plays. So duality is a great card. Adds consistency. MSTs. I still consider these pretty stable in the format. Mind control. This is something I'm considering dropping. It is really useful because if you draw that one Randy Magician, it gives you a play, but at the same time, you're not running that many tuners. You're on 4 in the deck. So, I don't know. Book of Moon, pretty much staple. Trunade, this allows you to Trishula or force through some sort of play you want to make. Dark Hole, staple. Monster Reborn, staple. That's it for the spells. Onto the traps. TG are good because of this card. TG1 EM1 is a creature swap where you get to choose which cards. Now the only problem is they have to be face up, so they can chain Book to stop it, but Book is at 1 now. I sort of wish you could take face downs, but you can't get everything. If they try and synchro or something and then try and run over your TG, you just activate this, say, okay, thanks, take the synchro, attack over the TG, get another TG in the end phase. It lets you generate advantage, really kills your opponent. They can't, like if you want to take a tuner or something so they can't synchro for that turn either, that works too. And then this is what ties the whole deck together. I kept talking about how I'd get to this, about why beasts all work. Horn of the Phantom Beast is a trap that you equip, and it can be used in the damage step because it boosts attack. It boosts by 800 attack, which is a ton. And then when it destroys a monster by battle, a beast warrior, or winged beast, I think. No, just beast or beast warrior equipped with this. Winged beast would be kind of broken. You get to draw a card when it destroys. So the reason I was talking about using Fire Dog here is because it is the only way. Rhino will have 2800 on your turn, but it'll have 24 on your opponent's turn, so 25s can run over it if they synchro into it. Fire Dog will boost to 27, which is really, really hard to get over. And that's pretty much the main reason why you run Fire Dog. It's because it's a 1900 beast that also gives you a nice plus occasionally. I'm considering dropping to 2 just because I want room for Effect Veiler, and yeah, I don't really know. It's a really good card. A boosted Wang Hu is very, very difficult to get rid of, and they can't MST it when you activate it in the damage step. Oh, the other really good thing about this card is that you can bluff it like crazy. You can just play a beast that has less attack and end, even if you don't have it, and you ask for a response before damage regardless. You can force them into using their one book or their econ or something just because they're that worried that this card could give you a plus and kill their monster. And sometimes they may be forced to just because this card could mean game for you. More standard traps. 2D Prison. This deck attacks a lot, and it's pretty easy to run over some of the stuff in this deck if you synchro. Like, if I don't have a Fire Dog, I'm going to have 2400s and stuff. And this is a nice out to Stardust or things that might otherwise be a problem. 2 Warning. Pretty staple. I know when you draw it late, it's bad, but when you draw it, it's just that good. You pretty much have to run 2. 2/7 Tools. I really like this card for negating all kinds of stuff, because there's so much life point paying in this format that you can pay a bit less and negate their Solemn or Warning, which is just really great, or negate a really crucial trap for them like Torrential and Mirror Force. Judgment, pretty much staple. And then Torrential and Mirror Force, your mass destruction traps. So that pretty much covers the deck. I don't think there's that much else to talk about. Maybe I'll talk about some synchro plays. Let's see. So TG are really dependent on swarming if they need to with these 3 cards. And basically, this guy is like a Cyber Dragon. So what you do is you special it, and then if you have a Werewolf in hand, you can special that and that's a level 5 without any normal summon Rush Rhino, or any level 4 for a level 9. Or if you take this out, this is Barkion, because they're both Earth. Werewolf is Dark, so sadly you can't make Naturia Beast, that'd be really broken. But you can also make Brionic. This is plenty of outs, and it seems kind of situational. You're like, well, what if you open 2 werewolves or something? Well, because TG replaced themselves so easily with one monster besides that copy, it is pretty easy to get this into hand. You're going to be destroying plenty because you're going to be swapping strikers, all kinds of stuff with TG1. So it's just really easy to set up synchro plays, and you don't even need to synchro for most of the time. Your opponent will start to feel the pressure from this deck, and then they're going to synchro to try and get over something, and at that point you just either swap, or you have by that point set up some sort of synchro play as an out to theirs, and then you can back up your synchro with the set 7 tools. Like I said, the only thing I'm really considering about this deck is Effect Veiler, because it really doesn't have an out to Trunade, and Dark Bribe is alright, but I'm not sure I'm ready to main that yet. Let's see, what else? Oh, this is extremely similar to the OCG and the YCS build, and that's because almost everything in the deck just works that well. I really like almost everything about this deck. All the beasts synergize really well, that sort of thing. The only things I'm considering changing are the effect failures. And I think that's it for now. I'm going to be uploading another video soon, so stay tuned. Peace out.